Welcome back, YouTubers. Oh yeah, Dream Boy 89. Wait. I'm not Dream Boy 899. I'm live from my mother's basement. It's Johnny. Whee! Back for another video. Video I've wanted to do for a long time. I want to shout out my good friend Dustin Herondine on here. Dustin, we give you a lot of shit, man, but your videos are entertaining as hell. And I can't wait to do another audio with you, dude. Dreamboy899 definitely deserves your subscriptions. If you're watching me, chances are you've already seen him. We do a lot of audio commentaries together. He and I are really just on the same page here when it comes to the wrestling world. Check him out. Check out all the past audios that we've done. And get ready for the ride here, folks, because this is going to be a very, very special video for me. It's a video I've wanted to do for a long time. But no, really. This is my Fantasy WrestleMania 28 card. I am going to give the matches, the participants, and if you're lucky, I'm going to give the results of what I would have done and how I would have booked it. So, let's start off, shall we? Now, I came up with 10 matches here that I thought would be a really good, just flow for this pay-per-view. It features a lot of talent that I think should be shown or should have been shown throughout the year. But nevertheless, this is my 10 matches that I would do for WrestleMania 28. And before I start, I just want to say that if you don't agree with any of these, it's just a fantasy card. It's me, using my imagination. In no way am I trying to say that WWE should do this. If any of these do happen, great, terrific, wonderful, but this is an opinion, and everybody's entitled to theirs. So, kind of retreat from the normal, hate, flaming, bashing, thumbs down kind of stuff if this isn't really up your alley. Although, if you've managed to stay with me here and you're one of my many, many subscribers, I think I have like 65 now, who knows, then you'll probably like the way that my mind works, and you'll probably get some enjoyment out of this. But before I talk for a half hour about nothing, we're going to dive right into these matches, and here we go. We haven't seen the tag team titles defended for a while. Today is the 14th of December. I really don't remember the last time we had a tag match for the titles. WrestleMania 28 is coming up. It really needs to push the fact that they have a tag division. That was one of the many, many things that Triple H was, intent on fixing with the company. And it just looks like they gave up on it altogether, Then, of course, they had fucking Evan Bourne, suspended, one half of their tag team champions done. They didn't do anything to move the belts off of them. I'm just, it was very confusing for me. So, the match that I have for my Fantasy WrestleMania 28 card would be the tag team of the Usos that I feel really should have been given a much bigger push. And they would be heels. That's how I would have them build going in there. I would also have them the champions going in there because they're one of the most recognizable tag teams in the WWE right now, and they're not even fucking used. So why not pump them up between, Royal Rumble or even just right now? Fucking do something with them on a SmackDown or a Raw. Introduce them back into the scene. Get the belts around them. It's not like they couldn't carry it. I mean, fuck, they just put two guys together like a Kofi Kingston and an Evan Bourne. You can't tell me that, the Usos couldn't do just as good of a job carrying the titles when they're an actual team. I would have them face a Ted DiBiase teaming with a Drew McIntyre, a super babyface team. And the reason I would do this is because they really haven't had anything for DiBiase to do, even though they've hinted at us many times over the course of this year in 2011 that they want to push him as a face. So the logical fucking thing to do would be to throw a tag belt on him and, write some feuds for him with other people. Duh. It's a good way to get him featured on television every week, to have a tag team titles match. Why the fuck can't you people figure this out? Drew McIntyre is another guy that deserves to be on television. I thought that they were really going to give him a big face push, when he was doing the whole "this is for you, Kelly Kelly" angle. Like I thought that was when they were going to turn him, and then bam, like he was just off television forever, and it does not make any sense to me. I would have the good guys. I'd have DiBiase and McIntyre go over the Usos in this match and win the titles, and go on to probably feud with them, leading up into another big blow off at SummerSlam. I would have DiBiase and McIntyre carry those titles for like at least 6 to 9 months, and maybe even a year, just to make sure that they're featured consistently on television, and then eventually those would be two guys that could break off and have their own feud between each other, much like now, not at the caliber of a Triple H. Did I say Triple H? Not to the caliber of a Shawn Michaels. Sorry, I had diarrhea in the mouth there. Shawn Michaels and a Marty Jannetty would split up, and one would go his own way, and the other would, kind of just stay in mid-card hell. But with DiBiase and McIntyre, there's so much potential there for later on, growing out of this whole tag division and going their separate ways, because they've already been singles competitors. So naturally, after they have their, 6 month to 9 month run as tag champs, they could have friction in between themselves. McIntyre, I would make him the heel, and I would keep DiBiase face, and both of them win because they're still being featured on television and pay-per-views at that point. So that's my idea. In terms of the Divas Championship, a lot of people, myself included, have been super disappointed with how this has been booked. The whole women's division in general. You've got a champion like Beth Phoenix that could be really strong and made to look like a good champ and able to put on, star quality matches, but instead, you just essentially don't let her do that. And for me, as a fan of wrestling, from a very young age, I'm 28 now, and I've been watching wrestling for like 24 years now. So, if that's any indication of the variety and the quality of women's matches that I've seen throughout my wrestling fanhood career, funny I say career, right? Who makes a career out of watching wrestling and living in their mom's basement? This guy! But honestly, I remember a time when you could be proud of, being a wrestling fan and wear your shirts in your high school. And, Austin 316 says, "I just whooped your ass." And it was amazing. It was it was a great time to be in the culture and when wrestling was popular and people thought that it kicked ass, and now it's just silly and you should grow up, or, all the people that watch UFC are like, "It's not even real, oh my god, I can't believe you guys are such losers, blah, blah, blah." I'm just not down with that, So I think that logically, the women's division, if they had a resurgence of this and brought in some credible wrestlers instead of just these Barbie doll people, which has been the whole theme of this whole partnership between Beth Phoenix and Natalya to begin with, is that they were supposed to be the divas of destruction, or the sisters of salvation, whatever. They were supposed to go against the grain. And so these two need to blow off from each other and fucking wrestle each other and put on a match, just to prove that the women's division is capable of entertaining us anymore. This match at WrestleMania 28 would be a 2 out of 3 falls match. And why did you say, "Well, John, they don't even give him fucking time anyway, so why are you putting a stipulation on there?" The whole fucking point of this is so that the match is 2 out of 3 falls, is that it gives it that unpredictable element of, oh my god, who's going to win? Because obviously one gets a win, the other gets a win, and then what happens? It's not a straight, like if somebody hits a finisher all of a sudden, oh shit, well the match isn't over. And I didn't want to do like a submission style match, because I don't think that Beth Phoenix is actually a submissions wrestler. I think she's just a powerhouse women's wrestler that's very good and very technical. So, you know, if you can do the 2 out of 3 falls, the match can be 15 to 20 minutes. I wouldn't mind seeing a women's match for 15 to 20 minutes. I think it's long fucking overdue. You know, they give them 60 seconds on television to be on a fucking mistletoe on a pole match in order to kiss somebody. Get the fuck out of here. The Divas division, it deserves more respect than that. You know, if they want to make these girls into valets and managers and shit, so be it. But don't put a belt around them if they're not going to fucking carry it and be able to wrestle. That's my fucking problem with the whole division, you know? You get people like the Bella twins. They look hot, alright? And I'm into twins and all that. But, you know, like, they can't fucking do anything. They're not athletic. They're just, you know, figures to put fucking accessories on, like Barbies. And you know, I wish that Karma would have stayed around and not get knocked up because maybe, just maybe, her and Beth Phoenix could have been fighting at WrestleMania. But, you know, in the interim, Natalya and Beth Phoenix, both of them are able to put on a match. I'd like to see what they can do with each other. They obviously have good chemistry if they're working together. You know, both of them are able to cut promos and talk. So, fucking do it. I'm tired of the talent not being given the chance to go out there and perform. If WWE thought that they were going to fall flat on their fucking face, don't even put it on the television. Why put it on for 2 minutes? It's offensive. Sure, we gotta strut the divas out every fucking week because that's what our male viewers turn in for. Fuck you. It's a wrestling show. You know, obviously we've moved away from that. Now it's an entertainment show, and we're gonna bring in celebrities and do other bullshit that doesn't make sense. But at the core of it, if you want to make your fans happy, it's a wrestling show. It's called WrestleMania. It's not called Entertainia. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, in this match, I would have Beth Phoenix drop the strap finally to a Natalya. Although, at this point, I would have Natalya stay a heel because I think that she works better as a heel. And I would have Beth Phoenix go on to lower herself down the card and be brought back up as a face later on, and that these two could feud again down the road, because I think that they work really well, and I would want to see that again. So it's something that you could recycle later on, you know, with a you know, a clear baby face and a clear heel. Right, you know, right now for the time being, it would be Beth versus Natalya, and neither one of them would be super heel or super face. It would just be the tension between the two, you know, at a climax. And I think that would be okay to not have that clear definition yet with the women's division, because it would just be refreshing to see a fucking match in the women's division. I think that you can get behind the both of these competitors, so that really shouldn't be too big of a deal. Alright, well, I guess that's going to be part one, because the fucking clock is looking me dead in the face, and I only managed to talk about 2 of the matches, so we've got 8 to go. Tune in for part 2, and I'll post that as soon as I can. In the meantime, you know, go check out some of the other videos I've done, maybe, and as soon as that other part gets up, you know, and uploaded and all that, you know, I'll accept your comments on it and thoughts and everything, and see you around.